Good morning and welcome to another episode of Dale's Dinosaurs. We review a Mattel dinosaur every Friday, and then in the second half of the video talk about what we know about the actual dinosaur. Thank you to my growing list of subscribers. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and so that you just don't miss out on your weekly dose of dino. Today we are reviewing the Mattel Hammond collection Therizinosaurus. It comes in this beautiful adult style box, which makes a great display for those collectors who prefer their figures mint in box. And we can still see the figure through the window here. I've just got it on a little bit of an angle so that the light doesn't reflect off the window. And on the back of the box, I'll just quickly spin it around here. We can see the figure posed in its different poses, and also the other Hammond collection figures that came out in this same wave. As you know, I do not like to keep my figures in their box. I like to rip them open, so let's get on to it. Now that we have Therizinosaurus out of its box, we can get a better visual of the sculpt, the articulation, and the paint apps. The sculpt is okay. It's very true to the movie version of Therizinosaurus, as we saw it in Dominion, except, that one seemed blind, but this one's got its beautiful glass eyes in it. I do like these partial feather coverings, and there's also some discussion as to whether it was completely covered in feathers or not. So yes, it was definitely more like the Dominion version. The feet are correct for the movie, but incorrect for the actual dinosaur. As the actual dinosaur used all four toes to walk on, and the dew claw hadn't retracted like this one here in Therizinosaurus. The paint apps are nice, and like all Hammond collection, they cover the entire figure. It comes with those beautiful glass eyes, as I mentioned before, which again is present with all these newer Hammond collection. The figure has great articulation, and it really can just be posed so many different ways, which is wonderful for toy photography. What have we got? The claws are all separate, the wrists, the elbows, the shoulders, the neck here, the head has a couple of different articulation points so we can just pose it. The jaw opens and closes, of course, showing these wonderful teeth, and inside the palate. Also the ankles, knees and hips as well. The tail has a wire in it, and it's got this lovely spongy softness to it, which I really quite like, but it's got a wire in it so you can pose it in many different ways, which is pretty cool. I like it a lot. Now a little bit about Therizinosaurus. The name Therizinosaurus means scythe lizard, and that would be obviously from these massive claws. It's a theropod dinosaur from Asia in the late Cretaceous, which they suspect to be around 70 million years ago when it was out and about. It was first found in 1948 in the Gobi Desert. The first fossils were just these claw bones, and later discoveries included the forearms and also some of the hind limbs as well. It was estimated that it could grow up to 10 metres long and stand 5 metres tall and weigh as much as 5 tonne. Now, I haven't got Robert Muldoon out, and I don't have Claire Dearing open yet, so we'll just have to use Ellie as our model for today, just to show roughly what size Therizinosaurus would have been next to an adult human. The claws, they were over 50 centimetres long, making it the largest claws of any known animal. It did differ from other theropods, and that it was a herbivore, or maybe at most an insectivore, and it walked on 4 toes, like I mentioned before, unlike most theropods that just walked on 3. Has no skulls been found of Therizinosaurus as yet, we can presume that what it looked like, based on other Therizinosaurids, which have been found, like a Lycosaurus for the skull, and Bapiaosaurus for these feathers. They're just assumptions or presumptions, I prefer to say. It's unlikely that the claws were weapons, but were more likely used for accessing vegetation, or even maybe digging up nests as if it was an insectivore. We don't know. We're just guessing based on what we know about other animals. Therizinosaurus would have lived in wetland environments with river systems and canopy-style forests. Therizinosaurus comes from a really dinosaur-rich location. There would have been so many other dinosaurs that would have shared its space with Tarbosaurus being the apex predator of its time, Alioramus, Mononychus, Gallimimus. There would have been oviraptors and Kylosaurids and Hadrosaurids and Titanosaurs. So it would have just been an amazing environment that it lived in. So cool. Well, you know what? That's pretty much all I have on Therizinosaurus today. It was such a cool dinosaur. And had a really cool scene, well, a couple of scenes in Dominion. Obviously the end scene where it had the big battle, probably not really the sort of thing that Therizinosaurus would have got itself involved in. But hey, it was made for a spectacular ending to the movie. And yeah, we like that. But I think we can just pose her mouth closed in my display. This one here is definitely going to the pool room. It's absolutely beautiful. I like it a lot. Okay, not scientifically perfect, but I reckon it's movie perfect. I like it a lot. So until next time, guys. It doesn't matter what you collect as long as you enjoy collecting. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. Keep this channel growing. I love showing dinosaurs. Tell me what dinosaurs you'd like me to review. That's always cool. Until next time, guys, take care. My name is Dale, and you're watching The Pool Room.